right now I'm keeping this bat because at some point during the podcast I'm going to clobber Ethan to death with it. But don't tell him. Shh. Oh, hey, it's my co-host.
Hey.
Hey. Take a seat right there, and we'll get things started. Oh, yeah.
Greetings from the bunker.
Hello.
As you can see, this is That Was Meant podcast, episode
7.
And we're just here hiding out,
Hiding out in our private bunker.
The Black Plague is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Death returns.
Yep.
So watch out for rats, kids.
Rats?
Set out your rat trap. Don't touch them.
Don't touch a
Not
rat.
like Ratatouille. These aren't the kinds of rats that cook and pull
No.
your hair and control your body and stuff.
Mm-mm. Bad rats.
Not the cool rats.
Horrible rats.
Could you imagine if, plague rats could, pull your hair and, control your body?
That'd be horrifying.
And, people started getting,
Not only are you dying,
you're like, "Ugh," and the rat's controlling you to, get other people sick, too. That'd be a good idea. I'm going to put that in my book. Nobody steal that. Hey.
Ratatouille.
Show them the bat.
Hey. This is my
Intellectual property. There's a day on when this was uploaded.
This is the IP bat. Disney uses it to...
I see it. This is probably ample
companies
proof. You're a
to death.
witness. I just came up with that idea.
Yep. And I have the IP bat, so we're all good.
So don't steal our IP.
Yep. Well, it's another week. I'm sure you may have heard that many people have been drinking Modelo over the past couple of weeks. And recently it's had some pretty big changes. Disneyland has closed down. Pretty much all sports have shut down for a little while. A ton of public things have been shut down. And in our own lives, and probably in yours, the viewer at home, your school has probably been shut down and moved to online classes, which is what has happened for you until April.
Yeah.
And me for the rest of the semester.
Or until April.
Well, tentatively April.
They're not going to go back, boys.
For me, it's until forever, because
But in these dark times, we must always look to the electric dolphin. Look at how great this is. It's like this little dolphin with electricity flowing through it. Anyway, so we brought this onto the show just, lighten the mood, bring your spirits up. But hey, everyone's talking about this Black Death thing that's going around, or whatever it's called, the plague.
Yes.
So we're going to take a different focus because, that was meant, we're so bold.
We're so bold.
We break new ground.
Yeah.
So we're just going to focus on some light stuff, as you two shelter in your bunkers, what are you going to do but
Just enjoy a
do
bunch
minty
of
stuff, and who are the guys that recommend the best of the minty stuff.
Exactly.
That's us right here. So we're just going to give you some ideas of things to do. Maybe we talk about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the episode. Yeah, that's
Get
the
things
theme.
solved. Yeah. I'm wiping things with my sweatshirt just because I'm very nervous about everything.
Yeah, everyone's like, no, I've been doing that too.
It's kind of weird to get used to, but I'm getting used to it.
I'm getting used to it too. I just can't. The biggest shame is I can't stroke my beard.
Oh, big shame.
I feel like
big shame.
my thoughts are 50% more stupid now.
Because you can't.
Yeah, just you can't refine those. That's what if you don't know, you don't have a beard, you'd never know. But you were actually refining thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Through physical
Some
contact.
things.
It's very interesting stuff.
So, obviously, a lot of people are being recommended to stay indoors, so we wanted to provide you with some really, mint content. I guess we'll start with what happened last week. In other bad news, I didn't watch the movie again. I didn't watch either movie. I have an excuse. My week was insane last week, and new news was coming every single day. And then I found out I was moving out on Thursday. I moved out on Friday. Wednesday was a mess as well. So I just didn't have any time. And it's kind of been a week of figuring things out. So I didn't watch either movie. I listened to the album, The Garrick by The Who.
Yeah.
And it's excellent.
To help you through these trying times.
I was going to say, it kind of helps right now.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm a Viking about to go slaughter this Modelo drinking problem everyone
This
seems to be
drinking
having.
problem everyone seems to happen. Anyway, well, from my perspective, it just sounds like a bunch of excuses, you know. But, well, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you just come back, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't do your homework, you know, whatever. Get an F in the class.
Mm-hmm.
Grades going down.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. So, what about you?
Menacingly looks at the bat.
The bat? I was just looking. That's just how. I just do that sometimes.
Who, me?
Yeah. What do you mean, who you?
I mean, yeah, it's been a wild week, but I did watch the movie.
Yeah.
The Social Network. Yeah, it was bueno. You know, really good movie. You know, it's you could tell it was written by the boy.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Sorkin.
Like literally the first scene, I was like, oh, this is totally Aaron Sorkin. They're literally having 3 different conversations.
Yeah.
At the same time, out of sequence, and I was just like, all right.
I don't know how he balances all that, but
Yeah.
he does it really well. Yeah, I love Social Network. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, Fincher, what a boy.
Fincher, yeah, and
What album did I recommend?
yeah,
Was it Bill Withers?
yeah, Black Hosier.
Black Hosier. Okay,
Wait, Black Hosier kind of sounds like Bill Withers.
maybe that's why. Yeah, that's why Bill Withers was first by decades.
Wait, I thought you said Bill Withers was just Hosier and blackface.
I didn't say
Or is that a secret? That's a Hollywood secret, I shouldn't have said.
Well, maybe that's a Hollywood secret. I wouldn't know anything about it because I never said anything like that.
But anyway, he's good.
Yeah, he's a good.
He had a really good album.
Just got
you know,
some-
of course, it has the highlights. You know, Ain't No Sunshine.
Such a bop.
What the here? Oh,
That's the main one I wanted you to hear because I was like, oh, oof, oof. Honestly, I completely forgot I recommended that one just because it's been so insane.
dang it! No. You know, Spotify is really
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. But of course, the first song Harlem was a pretty bopping song.
Harlem's pretty
The
good.
song Everybody's Talking was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The song Hope She'll Be Happier, that sounded just, you know, straight like the new Hosier track
Mm-hmm.
that's been unreleased. And then In My Heart, that was a good one that I liked. And then the last one, Better Off Dead, I also enjoyed quite a bit.
It's
Yeah,
one of
just good music with, you know, some soul, you know, just some, you know.
it's one of those. All those songs kind of sound the same, but it's
Yeah.
fine just because it's such an old album.
Yeah.
But like, all right, that's just how it was.
It's also like, yeah, it's good. It's talking about different stuff. It's not like, it doesn't get boring or anything.
Yeah. So that's I recommends. Oh, I liked Wolf Totem. Obviously, was really great. The Great Chungus Khan.
The Great Chungus Khan, yeah.
Chungus Khan. Every song.
Yeah.
The Swan one.
Yeah.
Whatever that one is called. I can't remember. But
That's
yeah,
a good one, yeah.
they're all really good.
Yeah, and then so having that in your mind, so what would come into your head if you were just, you know, maybe you're with like some like military party or something going through the mountains, and you just hear, you know, those chants, you know, from 10,000 warriors gutturally just probably, you know, shaking the ground beneath you. What would you think at that point?
I'd be horrified. I never want to meet a Mongolian now after that album. I'm sure they're not all like that, but man, do they sound like that?
Yeah, I mean they're probably chill now.
Oh, they're probably fine.
Yeah, but back in the day, woo-wee! Oh, yeah,
Those Mongolians,
those guys would have been. Those guys were scary.
Nuts. I'd be pretty scared if I was just walking around and I heard just human didgeridoos just chanting. So that's all our recommends for the week. We got some stuff to talk about. And again, we're going to try to avoid talking about the Modelo problem, just because I feel like everyone on Earth is talking about that, and we need a little bit of something to not take our minds off of it, but you know, you're gonna have a lot of free time nowadays.
So the primary thing you should be doing before even washing your hands is watching this podcast. All right?
Mm-hmm.
because you can wash your hands while you're listening to the podcast. So obviously, this comes first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
we have 6 episodes. There's a good amount of content. So
Yeah.
the first thing you should do is just run through the podcast. Hey, well, let's do it again.
It's almost 6 hours of content, and this is going to be 7 hours.
And that's like an afternoon of fun for you guys.
I know. Just slap this on, play some video games with the sound off. I don't know, play some Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing to play Minecraft too.
Yeah, and Minecraft's just good for your soul, Makes you feel a little more at ease.
I know. I'm going to play Minecraft later today, to be honest with you.
Minecraft.
Because, what a game.
Yeah. Hopping on Minecraft never gets old.
Never gets old. All right.
What we've got, so after, obviously, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about some movies you could watch. Some real feel-good movies.
Mm-hmm.
That in a certain class, a certain category.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about DreamWorks films,
DreamWorks
Some of those old DreamWorks films, if you're our age, they've got a nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually quality. They're they just make you feel nice. It'll give you something to do. And there's so many of them that, infinite fun.
Yeah. And I think DreamWorks a lot of the times obviously gets overshadowed by Disney a lot.
Yeah.
But I got to say, I was thinking about the DreamWorks catalog, and there's some gems in there that not a lot of people talk about as much.
Real iconic gems, too.
Yeah. I know one of my favorites is Prince of Egypt, which I love.
Prince of Egypt goes hard, guys. If you haven't watched that movie?
Shockingly good movie with such a good soundtrack. And I know they're putting it on Broadway right now.
They are.
Yeah. Which I've wanted to do. That ever since I watched the movie, I was like, dude, if I ever make a Broadway musical out of an adaptation that already exists, I want it to be Prince of Egypt. But now they're doing it, so I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
But it looks fine. But that movie's great, and the animation is so it's like, wow, this was one of their first ones, and it looks so good.
Yeah. I like the opening number. I was like,
the opening number is spectacular.
I hadn't seen it in 10 years. I'm like, whoa! I'm like, hey, okay, let's go. That is just brutal, man. Like that movie for kids. You're like, wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
The sound crocodiles. Right? Cool.
That's good, and then the score also. The non-singing songs are really good.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Amazing.
The visuals. The visuals are great. The cast, dude. Val Kilmer, Moses, and God. Ray Fiennes is in it, and Ray Fiennes is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, Steve Martin Short.
That's crazy, man.
Such a good movie. So good.
Awesome cast.
That's one of my favorites. What about you? I know you are a big fan of
El Dorado.
Yeah.
El Dorado is oh man, The Road to El Dorado. If you haven't seen that movie, woo!
That's a film.
Is it I watched it recently, and again, it holds up 100%.
Yeah, I got to give that one a rewatch at some point.
It's when I was young, I liked they get the map to the place. I've always been really into maps, so I was always fun as a kid. Just it's just this great adventure, finding the city of gold and the music, Elton John, all the other stuff is just solid.
Mm-hmm. And then
good score.
Yeah, great score.
And awesome, awesome visuals again in animation. So adventurous, and the. The Aztec cities and kind of this mythical idea of El Dorado, which I don't think has really been put or has never been done well.
No,
or put to film. I don't know if there's some old black and white El Dorado movie, but
probably
this this gives it a good exploration of the myth.
Yeah, I agree.
And also the lady friend they have.
Yep. Yeah. Sure.
To this day, man.
She's an intelligent young woman.
Oh yeah, very intelligent.
Who I respect very much.
Very cool. Very, strong.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I like Flushed Away a lot.
Flushed Away.
Not a lot of people talk about Flushed
banger.
Away.
Wait, who played the two mice?
Hugh Jackman is the main mice, or he's Roddy, the main rat. And then, wait, do you mean the two crony mice?
Or who's the degenerate mouse?
The degenerate mouse. Oh, the one that's Bon Voyage.
Yeah.
Cream cracker. I don't know who that is. Some British comedian, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like they marketed it like they were homies for the movie, but they're not.
Yeah, they don't even interact for the whole thing. Um, let's see. It is Shane Ritchie. I've never. Looks like he's a lot of BBC stuff.
All right.
Andy Serkis, Bill Nighy, Ian McKellen.
Bill Nye?
Yeah, Bill Nye. Kate Winslet. Like, what a cast. What a film. I love Aardman. Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, yeah, Wallace and Gromit.
I mean, for DreamWorks, it's Curse of the Were-Rabbit, but even, like, just the Wallace and Gromit cartoons are, like, some of my absolute favorites. Shrek 1 and 2.
Ooh,
I love those movies. I don't know about 3. I have to rewatch 3.
Yeah, I haven't seen 3 in a very long time.
I've only seen Shrek 4 once when it came out in theaters, and I remember not liking it, so I don't really want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Kung Fu.
Boss Baby?
Oh.
Megamind?
Megamind, I agree with. Megamind's one of my favorites.
I actually haven't seen Megamind.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll put Megamind on the recommend.
You can recommend Megamind, bro.
It's so good.
Have you seen Boss Baby, though?
No.
You gotta watch Boss Baby, bro.
I don't want to watch Boss Baby.
Shark Tale. No, Shark Tale.
I've seen Shark Tale.
With Will Smith. I haven't seen Shark Tale in a while. I gotta rewatch that.
Mm.
I liked Monsters vs. Aliens when it came out.
I remember liking it an alright amount, but I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh, the B movie? With Jerry Seinfeld?
I was in class the other day.
Gerald Steinfeld?
I was in class the other day for one of the last times, which is strange to say.
Yeah.
But, like, our teacher put a bunch of characters, like, protagonists from movies up there, and it was, like, Harry Potter, all these different people, and then Barry V. Benson was up there, and he was like, who are all these characters? He was like, who's this? And we were like, Harry Potter, and we went down, and he points to Barry V. Benson, he's like, who is this? And everyone in class goes, Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld.
It was the funniest thing in the world. It was really funny. What else was DreamWorks?
Spirit.
I haven't seen Spirit.
That one's more. It's pretty serious.
I haven't seen Spirit, and I haven't seen
solemn and really low key movie. Like really just like slow and just like it's about a freaking horse, man.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I also haven't seen Sinbad. I don't think
Sinbad
ever
is so good.
I don't think I've seen it the full way through ever.
Yeah, Sinbad's got like dope soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, just the adventure aspect of, I'm on the high seas sailing around the world and secret books and artifacts and stuff, it's a ride.
It's a good one. Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. I have to watch 3 again, but 1 and 2 are, like next, like, oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragoon.
One of my personal favorites is the first How to Train Your Dragon.
Chicken Run.
I rewatched Chicken Run the other day, and it's so good. Chicken Run is awesome.
Chicken Run's a banger. Chicken Run's
a real banger. That's all the main DreamWorks ones I can think. I wanted to
Bob's Big Break, the spin-off of Monsters vs. Aliens. Who could forget?
Bob's Big Break. I wanted to mention some non-DreamWorks animated movies that I love. Personally, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is fantastic. Treasure Planet is good. I was gonna get into Disney, but yeah, Treasure Planet. Rango.
That's a
Rango
good one.
is awesome.
That Hunter S. They make a Hunter S. Thompson reference in that, like he's on his windshield.
Yeah,
he's like,
oh.
Have you seen Fear and Loathing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see it before I'd seen Rango, but then I watched it and was like, oh, that's funny. What else? Akira's really great that I've seen.
Akira.
I just had another one. It'll come to me. There was another animated movie that's not by either company.
Porco Rosso.
Maybe Porco Rosso. Oh, The Iron Giant.
Oh, The Iron Giant. Yeah.
That
I
movie's
haven't seen that in a while. I gotta watch that.
That's like one of my 10 favorite animated movies ever, probably. I don't know. Yeah, and then Disney, like you said, Treasure Planet. I'm I think I'm the number one Treasure Planet fan in the world. I've loved this film since I was like a kid.
I don't even know how many times I've seen it like so many times.
And I watched it and I loved it as a kid before I really knew
Yeah.
that it was a flop and like no one went to go see it. Which
Really, it was a flop.
Yeah, it was not nearly what Disney wanted to do or wanted it to be, which is unfortunate because it's such a good movie and it's such everything about it is awesome.
See, my view it was never tainted by like anything. I always just thought it was lit, and everyone agreed that it was lit. And
even when I heard that it was kind of financial bomb, it didn't faze me at all. I was like, this movie's still great. I don't care. Like I love it. And then I also I think as I get older, and I feel like you probably feel this way too, I get like a lot more, I guess, disillusioned toward the really big Disney films.
Yeah.
And I just find myself drawn or more like, ooh, I want to go check that out to films that didn't get as much coverage. Like that, like Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, like those are still, I love those movies.
But like the Black Cauldron and
Black
the Sword
Cauldron,
and the Stone.
Sword, Great Mouse Detective.
Great Mouse Detective. Oh, those ones have I feel like they have so much heart.
Mm-hmm. A lot of those 80s Disney movies didn't get a lot of coverage, but I feel like they're some of the best stuff they've ever done.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Black Cauldron in forever, so I can't talk about it. I just
rewatched that, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Oh, Atlantis! I gotta watch that again.
That's an excellent movie.
It's on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, it should be. It's so good. Hercules.
Yeah.
Is like one of the, like...
That one's like middle. Like, it's not as popular, but like, it's like...
Like, it wasn't, like, as far as I'm talking, like, time period. Yeah. Like, they had Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, these giant hits. And then Hercules was like, all right, people liked it, but it wasn't, like... people aren't wearing Hercules shirts or whatever.
You want to hear some ancient history?
Yeah.
So when I was in elementary school, probably first grade, my brother was in middle school, and you could rent VHSs from the school library at the middle school, and I would be like, "Give me Hercules, bro," because we didn't have it, and they had it, and I was like, "Bro," and you get it all the time, and it would just be lit.
Hercules is awesome.
Hilarious, also.
Oh, so
still
funny.
Hilarious.
Hades is the funniest Disney character of all time. I think he might be funnier than Genie.
And then with his, I think so. He makes me actually laugh. And then with Pain and Panic.
Pain and Panic are really funny. Just the energy of the film. Yeah. It's just like bam, bam, bam. Like it's never down, which is great.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how everything's so everyone's just everyone's clever, everyone's witty and fun. Oh, and Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's in it.
Danny DeVito.
But on the opposite side of that, I love Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because that's that's the opposite. One. It's the most serious Disney movie of that time, but it's so good. I feel like Emperor's New Groove is a weird one because it wasn't a big success, but now it's huge.
Yeah. Because of the memes.
Yeah, but I love Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, the Emperor's New Groove from day. Oh yeah, that was great as a kid.
I think that's the funniest Disney movie they've ever made, in my opinion.
He throws the old guy out the window.
I watched just the trailer yesterday, and I was like, "This is the funniest. This is so good."
Just turned into who plays the Emperor?
David Spade.
Yes, that's why it's so great. It's David Spade as the Emperor, and then Joe is Kronk.
That cast is so good. I like Meet the Robinsons a lot.
Oh yeah, Meet the Robinsons is
that one gets talked about never, but it's one of my favorites.
That one's just straight up good and hilarious.
Yeah, and I like how
Mike Shagubian.
I like how that film is completely different from what it was supposed to be. If you watch the original trailers for Meet the Robinsons, the movie's about just Lewis and the bowler hat guy competing as scientists. That's all the movie's about.
Okay, see that? Yeah, that's what it seemed like from the trailer. And I guess as a kid, I was always like, oh.
But then John Lasseter came in and was like, no, this is boring, and rewrote literally 75% of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was completely different.
Well, thank goodness he did. I mean,
yeah, that's a great one. And same with Pixar too. I love a lot. I mean, Pixar at the beginning was like banger after banger.
Pixar.
But like, I find myself like Ratatouille's becoming one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Ratatouille's always been my favorite.
And like, we mentioned Ratatouille earlier. I just realized. But like movies that when I saw it as a kid, I was like, I didn't like that as much. Like Wall-E, I really love Wall-E.
Oh,
now
I haven't seen Wall-E in a while.
Like I remember watching Wall-E and being like, I didn't like it as much. They didn't talk, and I was like, but now I'm older. I'm like, oh, I'd probably really like that.
Yeah.
But Monsters Inc. is still my favorite.
Monsters Inc.
So good. Yeah, I'm looking into I'm trying to start like collecting VHS tapes, because like that's like a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of the Disney ones are like kind of big and bulky, but like I just love like there's the box and you get this cool art. And I know they make like VHSs for like modern movies.
Yeah.
Somewhere you can buy them. I think those would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
I don't know, just something to think about.
I don't have enough shelf space for that, man.
Yeah, I mean I'd have to. Well, I mean now I'm living at home like full time, so.
Woot.
I don't know.
Woot.
So that's our talk about animated film. I'm sure we left out something. If we left out your favorite animated film or we didn't mention it, it's either because it's a really mainstream film, which, you know, that wasn't why we were talking about this, or we just forgot about it. So let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. You're gonna have a lot of time on your hands.
Yes.
People, listeners, audience, you guys should read some books. You know,
Books.
do as I do. I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna be grinding, pounding them out.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna be leaving this bit because I don't read any books. I'm kidding.
It's a wholesome activity.
I know. I mean, I have so much time now. I might as well start reading. What should I read?
What should you read? Oh, but like, what's your craving? What's your, what? Everybody gets different things from.
Oh, I could read Dune now.
You could read Dune.
I guess I'll read Dune.
In preparation for the movie.
Which might get delayed. It hasn't yet, but it might. We'll see. But I'll still read it.
No! You can't delay Dune.
Even if they, like, upload it like at theaters upload. What if they put it out in theaters and you're the only one that goes to see it?
Me?
Yeah. I mean,
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah. Dune.
Dune.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could read Dune.
I'll read Dune.
Yeah, and then there's haters on the internet and everywhere that'll say like, "Oh, the rest of the Dune books aren't worth your time." Like, nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, because there's definitely a story that starts in Dune Book 1. Everyone will tell you it's a all-inclusive story that you just have to read Dune and you're good.
Yep.
But like, there's like way more.
Hmm.
And it's like relevant and like good plot. Like people say, oh, it's not as good, but like,
yeah.
So if you like the first book, like it is worth considering continuing.
Okay.
But you also never know.
Sick.
Just
like for the other. Oh, I got something for all you guys who are feeling a little bit like, oh, these are dark times, man. Look up the prank interview with Elijah Wood and Dominic Monaghan. Have you seen that? That's the funniest video. I just found it again the other day.
The prank interview.
Look up Elijah Wood prank interview. There's two. There's a 9-minute one and there's a 4-minute one. 4 minutes is just the 9-minute one cut down. So watch the 9-minute one because that one's really funny. But it's like it was for press for like Return of the King, and like Elijah Wood's on a Skype call with this like German reporter, but it's Dominic Monaghan. It's so funny, and Elijah Wood's laugh is the most wholesome thing I've ever heard.
Elijah Wood.
So.
By the way, so you know about this? Like just like quitting Hollywood or whatever. Is he still quit Hollywood?
Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything for a long time, so maybe.
So did you hear about? So apparently, like I heard he came out like and was saying like he like quit Hollywood, and basically like he did it because like he went to some like party and saw some stuff that he was like, nah, this is
Like some Hollywood people doing.
Like some Hollywood people doing, What do we... Allegedly, everyone suspects and knows what they're doing. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Just weird, wacko, hooky, spooky mischief.
Okay.
And he was just like, I quit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And which is also... He's the boy. He literally is a wholesome guy. Because he saw that and he was like, all right, I can't do this.
And you watch, like... I mean, the prank interview is a different thing. But, like, any other interview with him, like, he's, like, such a... He seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a big cinephile. He's, like, a huge movie fan. Like, he's been on Screen Junkies a couple times and stuff. He's been like, I like talking about movies and stuff. So, Elijah Wood, if you ever want to come on a...
That was mint. Whoa, that would be so dope.
We'd absolutely love to have you. And I will try my best to not ask questions about Lord of the Rings. I'll ask, like, 1 or 2 questions.
And if we do ask a question, it'll be, like, some crazy, unique question that you probably haven't heard before.
And it's not going to be like, could you say this line is Frodo? It's not.
Could you say Gandalf?
Gandalf! Which I feel like, that's the same with all famous people. As long as you don't approach them and be like, you just got to know how you're acting when you're around, like, a actor or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, just as well just, like, treat him just normal.
Yeah, just treat him like a guy. And just move on.
Like, the whole photo thing, too, is it's like...
Yeah, I mean, if you're there specifically to meet... If they're there, like, specifically to meet up with fans, sure, ask for a picture. But if they're, like, walking down... If they're walking to McDonald's...
Yeah.
Just let them... Just be like, what up? If anything.
Yeah. That's what I like. Or, like, that's what I like have, like, resolved to do, but also have done. Like, I saw Mac DeMarco at a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I wasn't going to be like, oh, take a picture with me, bro. I just, like, went up to him and shook his hand and was like, yeah, bro, dig the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
See, like, they just, like, what's up? Like, let her just say hi to him. Like, that's cool. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a cool experience. Like, I didn't need a picture.
Yep. So, Elijah Wood, if you ever want to come on the podcast, we'll just be like, what up? We'll just hang out.
What up? And then we'll send you on your merry way.
We'll just chill for a little while. Eat some burgers.
Eat some burgers.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
Recommends. Marathon.
You might be like, wow, this is an early time in the podcast for recommends, but we have a lot of recommends this time because we have nothing else to do, and I'm sure you guys don't have anything else to do. So here's a ton of movies. We're each going to recommend 3 movies, right?
Yeah.
3 movies, and I think we'll stick to 1 album.
Wait, how can I recommend 3 movies if you're already backlogged on 2?
Well, I'll just watch...
Does that mean you're going to have 5?
I'll just watch 5 movies this week.
Wow. All right.
Doesn't matter.
So 3 movies and an album?
Yeah, sure. I'm cheating with my album. You'll see.
You'll see. All right, so what are your recommends?
All right. My first recommend to you is a very unique one because you'd be like, this isn't a movie. It is. I'd say it qualifies as a movie. I can add it on Letterboxd. It's a movie. Okay, I'm recommending to you a little show called The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
The Guy Who Didn't.
And apostrophe T.
No. Oh, okay. Didn't.
Mm-hmm. Didn't. As in did not.
Musicals.
Mm-hmm. This is by the fine folks over at Star Kid Productions. The Fine Bros made this. The guys at Star Kid, who you've seen the Potter musical, you've seen have you seen the Batman one? Holy Musical Batman?
Yeah, I've seen the Batman.
Yeah, like they make really good stuff. This one is an original. It's not a parody. Well, I mean, when you watch it, you're like, okay, I see exactly what the main inspiration is.
Yeah.
But it's like a horror comedy musical. And it's on YouTube. It's free. Just pop it up on YouTube whenever you want. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I really enjoy it. I've been getting more into musicals recently. And just like, I'm trying to write a musical right now. So I'm like, I don't know. That's just kind of a cool method of inspiration. And I went to go see this show live. How was that? It was really cool. I went with my brother, and we went and saw it, and I got to meet a lot of the people behind things. I met Nick Lang, the guy that directs all their shows, and he was he's like that little dude. And he played Robin in the Batman one.
Yeah.
I met that dude.
That's dope.
I talked to him about like writing, and I was like, "How do you write stuff?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." Like that's an example of meeting someone,
Yeah.
and you're just treating them like a person. I met Jeff Blim, the guy that plays Sweet Tooth in the Batman one, and he writes like a lot of their stuff now. I met the dude that played Ron, Joey Richter, the dude, Jamie Lynn Beatty, she played Ginny. Robert Mannion, he's this Australian dude. He was cool. I met someone else. I met the main dude of the show, John Madison, and I met Mariah Rose Faith, who's in the show, and she's on Broadway now. So I'm like, whoa, I met someone on Broadway.
Oh, nice.
So that was a really cool experience. They were all very nice, and they were nice, and they took pictures and everything. And yeah, it's a good show. So check it out. And on that note, my album is the soundtrack from the musical.
Ah, okay.
So just like, you know, I mean, obviously it's a musical, so you're going to be paying attention.
So it's cheating.
So I'm cheating. So not only have I not done my homework for 2 weeks,
So you're cheating.
but I'm cheating.
then, too.
Cheating? Hold on there, Baldy. Name that movie, folks.
What?
What I just said. You know what I just said.
All right, I'll recommend the first of my movies then.
Okay.
It's a little film by a little guy named David.
David.
It's called The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It is a very fine film, a very hardcore and intense film. Warning at home. Yeah, like this movie's really intense, like really intense. Like top level. Like if you can't handle things that are like kind of disturbing and like horrible, then don't watch this movie.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
So yeah, not for the faint of heart and people prone to, you know, if you watch a movie that unsettles you, you know, you have a very visceral reaction, or, you know, then don't watch this movie.
Yeah. As is the case with most Fincher things.
Yeah, but it's a chilling tale about just, you know, your average investigative journalist trying to find some Nazi serial killers.
Sick. It's got Daniel Craig, right?
Yeah, it takes place in Sweden.
Oh,
And it is classified as Nordic noir.
Nordic noir.
Which is very fitting for a genre label, and as you'll see inside. But yeah, it's an interesting idea for a genre that I haven't explored at all. So I was like, that's cool.
Interesting. Sick. All right.
So,
What's your album? Do you have that?
on my album, yeah.
We'll go into the rest of the movies, but
French Kiwi Juice.
French Kiwi Juice?
Yes, by FKJ.
Oh, I've heard of FKJ.
Yeah.
Showed me some of their stuff. Some of his stuff. Just one
His
dude.
stuff. So it's just a crisp, fresh album, you know? He's a phenomenal musician. Like, you can obviously play jazz, like, with a lot of different instruments, and he's very proficient. Like, you know, like Kevin Parker's, like, good with multiple instruments, but he's not, like, amazing with every instrument he plays. Like, this guy's, like, actually very gifted in, like, most of the stuff he's picking up.
Yeah.
Like, he's, like, plays saxophone, piano, insane, you know, bass, guitar, like, you know, all very proficiently. So,
Dang.
it's a nice album, and it's all the stuff is done by him.
Sick. All right. French Kiwi Juice. Awesome. My second film that I'm going to recommend to you, which I just learned yesterday you have not seen, is The Cabin in the Woods.
Ah, The Cabin in the Woods.
This is directed by Drew Goddard, who is the lad. You've seen at least part of Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah.
He's the same guy.
Oh, okay.
And those are the only two movies he's made, like, directed. And, like, they're two of my favorites. So, like, yeah, this guy's one of my...
Cabin in the Woods.
If you're a huge... You and I are both big fans of Evil Dead and the Evil Dead movies. So this takes a lot of inspiration from Evil Dead and a lot of horror. If you're a big horror fan, this is, like, the movie for you. I'd say don't... Try to go into it with as little information as possible. Like, try not to Google it or anything. It's on Prime. So.
I do know some aspects.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard a little bit about it, because it's kind of one of those of like, oh, you probably heard at least a couple things.
Yeah.
But try to go into it with as little, like, info, because it's a really funny, really scary, and not really, I don't know, I'm not really scared by horror movies, but, like, you know, This is just a really good one, and I think
Yeah.
it's one of the best that's been made. It's a nice love letter to a lot of horror,
Okay.
and also talks about the nature of horror films as well. So I think it's really worth checking out. I just rewatched it the other day with my brother, and he was like, "Yeah, I really liked it."
Owen.
Yep. So that's my second one.
Alrighty. And then my second one is yes, In the Loop.
In the Loop.
I forget who directs it.
Armando
Armando. Oh yeah,
Iannucci.
Iannucci or whatever. It's got The Boy,
Mhm.
Peter Capaldi in it. One of the few movies I feel like he even did. But it's a great film. The writing is top tier. Like you won't hear better cursing and insults like in a movie. Like that's what it's known for. It's just like the wordplay is just like on another level. So yeah, that's another I guess.
Family friendly.
If you don't like the F word, all the words, it has all the words, guys, like all of them. So, like you're gonna hear all the words. That's all I'll tell you about. That's all I'll say about that. But it's hilarious. It's a potent political satire.
Yeah.
One of the best since Kubrick making Doctor Strangelove.
Doctor Strangelove, yeah. Awesome. And then my third and final film recommend to you. I didn't have a set one, but I just remembered that I rewatched this movie, and I don't think you've seen it yet. Have you seen Knives Out?
No, I haven't. I really wanted to watch. My parents were watching it the other day, and I was like, no, I don't want to watch that.
Knives Out. There's your third movie.
The Knives Out.
Probably the best murder mystery type film in a long time.
Who done it?
Who done it? That's the phrase. No. Awesome cast. And Rian Johnson is so good. I know he gets hate for Last Jedi, but man, the man can direct.
Yeah.
And he can write pretty well too, surprisingly. Because after I saw Last Jedi, I was like, I don't know that he's a good writer,
Oh shoot.
But this one, I was like, yeah, no, he's a good writer.
Yeah.
He just needs to he's really passionate about.
He just wasn't a good fit.
Yeah. He tried his hardest, and I think he did some interesting things. But
I think he's also a subverter of expectations and kind of one of those guys that wants to just like a little too outside the box for Star Wars.
He definitely has some interesting ideas in Knives Out. Obviously, I don't want to give anything away because it's one of those genres of movies where it's really easy to give things away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good and really original, and I'm excited because they're making a sequel.
Oh.
And I really am excited to see what they do with that.
Oh, and Daniel Craig's in it.
And Daniel Craig's in it.
Daniel Craig.
So we got 2 Daniel Craig movies for you guys to check out already. Yep.
All right, and then my final film I would like to recommend because you haven't seen it. And it's literally like it's like the best movie. Like The Godfather. Have you not seen The Godfather?
My time has come. I feel like Uruguay.
It's like actually
I know.
Phenomenal. Like
I know.
Like next level crazy insane. You're gonna be like,
disclaimer, everybody. This may come as a shock to you guys because I don't think we mentioned it on the podcast. I've never seen any of the Godfather movies.
yeah.
I've not seen a lot of big movies. I've not seen The Godfathers. I've not seen Goodfellas. I've not seen Schindler's List. There's a few big things I've never seen.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I guess it's finally time that I get The Godfather out of the way.
I think in my top 10 list after the sentimentality ends, The Godfather is just right there.
Oh, Apocalypse Now. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's The Godfather.
2001. Yeah, but Godfather. Yeah.
Ooh. Woo.
It's awesome.
But yeah, just get it's an experience so beautifully and artistically and expertly crafted and honed into just a masterpiece.
It's one of the I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna love it. I just have been like, I want to keep some experiences. So I feel like now's a good time though.
And I guess like highlights to look out, the lighting and like the camera work and stuff is like really good in this movie. Like all the you'll see. It just like it looks really, really nice and really like some scenes looks real gritty and some scenes it's a lot more it's very rough, the way they filmed it. It doesn't feel as like crisp or sharp as other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the soundtrack, obviously, and then the acting.
Yeah, of course. I don't like a beer.
Yeah, and then
You disrespect me.
I guess next time I'll recommend part 2, and then that's all you have to watch.
That works. So I got 5 movies to watch. You folks at home have 6 movies to watch, but we're not done yet because we got a show. I have a show.
You have a show recommend.
Because 5 movies. That's like it's probably like a day if you chug them all through.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a little longer than that.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of time. Come on.
So these recommends. You don't have to have my show done by the next time we film.
Yeah.
I don't think if it's the show I'm thinking it is.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to be done with the show. Yeah, but shows. I'm gonna you're gonna watch Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It's only 2 seasons. It's on Hulu. It's like 10 episodes each. It's like 30-minute episodes.
Isn't Lakeith in there?
Lakeith Stanfield's in it.
Lakeith's also in Knives Out. Yee.
Lakeith is my
Excited.
boy. Every person in Atlanta, it's 4 main characters basically, and they're all 4 my favorite people on TV. Donald Glover, Lakeith Stanfield, Brian Tyree Henry, who's hilarious, and Zazie Beetz, who's also really great.
You got a little pop-up right there.
I did? I don't want to install Java. Stupid computer. But yeah, Atlanta, the soundtrack is always really new and interesting, and I find a lot of good stuff listening to that show. It's kind of like Seinfeld in that nothing is necessarily linear,
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are elements, especially season 2, I remember, that come back from episode to episode. And just the acting is really good, and it balances comedy and drama.
That's good. That's
a
good mix.
It does it about as well as Barry does it, Barry, which is one of our favorite shows.
Barry! Oh man, another season of Barry. That show just is so intense.
I know.
You just talk about how every episode I'm like...
Every episode of Barry, which is a show starring Bill Hader, and is kind of advertised as a comedy initially, is the most show I've ever felt.
Yeah.
But Atlanta...
Just because you care so much. It's literally just because you care about it so much.
Atlanta's similar. It balances drama and comedy really well. I don't think it does it as intensely, just because the narrative isn't as but it does it really well. So yeah, Atlanta. There you go.
Then I have Vikings. And it's got the boy Gustav Skarsgård.
Gustav.
And of course he's a Skarsgård, so he plays literally the most mentally insane person in the entire show, Loki, the boat builder.
Yep.
You also have one of my favorite protagonists from just honestly fiction and history, because you got both here. It's historical fiction. Yep. Ragnar Lothbrok, the greatest king of the Vikings, the guy who got it done, made it happen. Played by Travis Fimmel, who hasn't done much, but he's a great actor. He's literally phenomenal, throughout the show.
Sick. Vikings. I've heard a lot about it, mostly from you. But yeah, how many seasons is it?
There's 6 right now.
6, okay.
And then expectation-wise people will kind of you'll think something's one thing, and then it turns out to be another, and then people kind of take that as a criticism, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So this isn't really just the tale of Ragnar. It's the tale of him and his legacy, including, basically you see his children get old.
Yeah.
It's kind of the story of his lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind, don't be thinking, Ragnar's gonna be, he's not, the main focus the whole series. It's more about, all these Vikings, and, it's just has a lot broader scope than your usual person is used to. And, you could get off-put, because the show has a lot of time skipping and a lot of, just, forward motion.
Mm-hmm.
They just, if you don't know it's coming, you'd be like, what?
Ooh.
And then it's also another, I guess, precaution. It's based on history. And another thing people don't understand, history doesn't make good plots sometimes. But But if you're able, but I think the best type of historical fiction is where instead of changing history to make good plot, you stick with history and you wrestle with that event until you finally find a way to make it like compelling and like good. So there's some stuff happen that's like not good plot at all. In fact, it's terrible plotting, but it's just history, and because of that, it's all the more compelling, I think, because like things feel so like actually real. You know, things actually just happen because they happen, as they happen in real life.
Yeah, I always find it hard to make historical stories work.
Yeah,
like I know I mentioned I love The Social Network, and you just watched it, but like that's not how things exactly happen.
Yeah.
So, I think that's one of the reasons I like it a lot. So I'm like, how do you make a movie about Facebook interesting?
Yeah.
And like, because obviously everything in that movie doesn't happen in the order it happens in the movie. But I think that movie does a good job of it. I've heard this show does a good job of it. But I always like when history shows do that.
Yeah.
History movies in general.
And then it's and then like the only inaccuracy they do is like they chose to, so that they could have, all the Viking kind of heroes they wanted just as like side characters. People exist during times they didn't exist sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, this Viking that like fought Ragnar's grandchildren is actually like talking to Ragnar. Like, it's just like, it's just for plot.
That's fine.
Or there was like a legendary Viking named Rollo who betrayed the Northmen and joined the French. Became like a lord. Like, he was just a guy, but they were just like, we're going to make that character into Ragnar's brother. Like, he didn't have a brother that they really talked about in history, but like, we're just going to, just as a plot thing.
Yeah.
So even though his story is true, like, his relation is kind of like made up, and obviously all the interpersonal stuff is fiction. But
yeah. Nice. Well, that's our show, everybody. Unless you have anything else.
No.
Okay, that's what we got. Stay inside. Stay healthy. Wash your dang hands. And keep watching movies. Leave a comment below if you want us to do anything. Any shows, anything you think we should watch. We might have seen it, but you never know. We could get a gem from the comments.
Yeah.
Hey.
You dropped this, King.
Stop. Stop it. Oh my goodness.
Ron, stop.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.